title documents you should know before attempting to buy a property in order to avoid scam in Lagos, Nigeria. Let's dive right in.
Welcome back. Number 1, purchase receipts. You must get a receipt immediately you pay a certain amount for the land you intend to purchase. Number 2, deed of assignment is a legal document between the buyer and the seller that is being done by the lawyer from the side of the seller in order to transfer all title deeds, transfer the right of ownership. This is what deed of assignment is for, and it is always done by a lawyer involved in this transaction brought by the seller. Number 3, a survey plan is used to measure the land that you intend to buy. Say the location, the size, coordinates, so that you can use that to chart the cost at the land bureau, either in Alausa for Lagos State or anywhere else is done outside Lagos. So with this, you'll be able to know if the land is committed or not. Then you can go ahead to purchase this property. So it is always advisable to always ask for the survey plan even before you exchange money, so that you'll be rest assured that this is the land I'm buying, this is the measurement, this is the description of the land, and you have charted it at the Surveyor General's office and you are comfortable with the results. Then you can go ahead to make the purchase. A contract of sale is used to agree on some terms before the finalization of this real estate transaction. It is not a transferable document and must be preceded with other documents transferring title in the applicable property.
We also have global acquisition and committed acquisition. Do this mean when a land has committed acquisition, it means that the government, who are the owners now since 1978 Land Use Act, a land is said to be committed when government has interest in that land, i.e. they want to use it in the future for public use, maybe a school or maybe a stadium, a bridge in the future. That is a committed land and is a no-go area for anybody that wishes to transact or buy such land. If you buy, you're losing your money outrightly. Do your search in order to know if this land is committed or not. Once you do your search and it's committed, kindly walk away from such deal, no matter how good it is. So in the case of global acquisition, government, who is now the owners of this land, can either give it back to the ancestral families to use, or it becomes committed, meaning they want to use it in future for the public purpose, for public use. Those are the difference between global acquisition and committed acquisition. Anytime you do a search on any property and you get either committed acquisition, you probably need to search further. From an experience, just leave it and walk away. You're either doing a 50-50 or a 0-100, if you know what I mean by that. So it is best, once you see anything acquisition, you might just leave it, then go look for another type of property that has a better title document that you can rest when you invest in it. Freehold is a land title where government has indicated no interest in the property. You can get this in most areas in Epe. See a land title on the property at Epe, most especially the title is freehold. That is what you get majorly at Epe. With freehold, it is easier to get certificates of occupancy because government has no interest in that said land or property, as the case.
Accession and gazette. Annexation is taking a part from a whole, meaning the government, who is the rightful owner of all the lands according to the Land Use Act of 1978, will now take a part from a whole and give it back to the ancestral owners, the families, to do whatever they wish. Upon selling it, the land title is called accession. Please do not buy any land that has the title of accession in process. The process might not get finished until God knows when. A gazette means a document for government. A gazette is not a title in that sense. is a government document where they state that this whole land or any information government wants to pass out as stated therein. Deed of mortgage. Deed of mortgage is actually a mortgage transaction to show that landed property or a property has been transferred to borrower. A deed of mortgage is also a title document whereby the lender is holding on to the document for the borrower until he or she finishes paying the money borrowed. This is applicable only for mortgage. And once the borrower has finished payment, it can now be changed back to the rightful document. It now states the owner's name. He must have finished paying his loan and the interest. A deed of gift is a document that proves that land has been gifted from one person to another. So it can be a transfer interest from one person to another. It can be used as a transfer of interest on landed property from one person to another on a permanent basis. The judgment of court is also another title document that can be used to transfer the legality property from one person to another. As long as the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the land, states that Mr. A is the owner of a property, maybe in the case of tussle on a landed property, the judgment of court is what they use to settle it, and it's a legal title document. An assent is a legal document used to vest an interest in a specific estate into the beneficiaries of an estate or any third party buyer by the executors of that estate or administrators of the estate. That is another title document, which is not so common. It always comes with a copy of grant of probate or a letter of administration. Letter of administration, which vests property left behind by a deceased person into the hands of the administrators. It is usually granted to the personal representative of a deceased person where the deceased left no will before death or where the will has become invalid for any reason. This letter of administration is what is available or next to the best title documents on any property that the owner is deceased. A grant of probate is a document derived after proving the will of a deceased person through inheritance in the probate registry. The probate will now be the only recognized legal documents to prove the title to such property. The most common title documents or most popular title documents that we all know is the certificate of occupancy, CFO in short. This is the highest title document in the land, and you don't have any worry whatsoever. Once you have your CFO, your property is safe, you are good. Even if government decides they want to take that land away from you or that property away from you, you will be adequately compensated. And the last title document that we'll have in Lagos, Nigeria is governor's consent. This means that for a person that has a certificate of occupancy land or property and is selling to another person and the property has certificate of occupancy. Certificate of occupancy is not issued twice. It is only issued just once to the original owner of that property. And when that original owner is selling to another person, he or she gets governor's consent with deed of assignment. Those are the title documents you should know about before investing in any property in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Do well to like, subscribe, share. See you in the next video. Bye for now.